Really? That is a lie from the pit of hell. Wait. Oh, whoa, wait. Whoa.
Try not. I bring the pain. Atheists think I'm strong, but we big, we lack the brain.
Sit there and dock my drops.
Oh my God. Come to Jersey City. That's all I got to say.
I am not playing Dragnet.
You're going to jail.
Overweight coward.
I memorized the periodic table.
I'm reporting them to YouTube. Give me your address.
Come to Jersey City. That's all I got to say. I'm just keeping it real.
You know you're breaking the law right now. Because I have thin skin.
I sell barrels for a living. I stole $3,000.
I'm a joke on here. I create atheists. G-Man's a thief and a liar and shouldn't be listened to.
PPR.
Now it's Button. Alfred. The Amazing Atheist. Scientist scam.
JD Kane. Shadow Heathen. Aaron Ross.
When I go home and get in front of my computer, I'm making an immediate video about this.
Enough of that shit. Did he go get food without me? That motherfucker. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. My other monitor finally came. Actually, it was already here. It was in the leasing office, and I didn't get off my ass and get it. So. If you see me looking, I'm looking at my other monitor here. That's why I'm looking in a different direction, because it's sitting on top of my Xbox. So, if you guys hadn't heard, tonight's a very special night. Let me start from the beginning.
Anna's asking me, what is my DNA made from? What is my DNA made from? Cells?
So, if you haven't already figured it out from the title or whatever, Genius Boy has a debate. Now I knew about this debate challenge for quite some time. I'd known about it since the person, Negation of P, contacted me a while back and said, hey, how can you set up a debate between me and G-Man? I said, well, Ned, why the fuck you want to do that? And I'm tired of hearing him say that atheists have no morality, have no basis for morality specifically. And I said, he's been told what our basis is, and it's been, well, people have attempted to elucidate that, but he's too fucking stupid. That's not me being mean. I'm paraphrasing, since he likes to say that. I'm paraphrasing from Sock Account. Now, this will drag. Why does Sock Account think that? Because Sock Account tried to have this exact conversation with him, the almost word for word, verbatim conversation with this guy concerning the very basis for atheist morality, this very thing. And so, Drag, how do you know? I was fucking there. We were in the hangout, my hangout, listening to his retardation, and Sock Account said, you know what? I'm going to go in. I'm going to attempt to have this conversation. The video's still up there. I'm just too lazy to go find it, just to be honest with you. But it's still on his channel. It's one of his fucking, what is it? Retard versus the world. What is something, whatever he calls that. Whatever. Well, it was sometime last year. It was on his main channel. It was G-Man versus the world. I don't know what number. I don't keep track. I honestly don't care. But you will see Sock Account. It was literally the last time Sock Account appeared on his channel, because, and I've referenced this hangout before, Sock Account began to teach him in the middle of having the derbate about normative ethics. Normative ethics. Yes, thank you, Agrippa. The time is 9 p.m. Eastern for Modern Day Debates. That's the channel it's on. Somebody please link Modern Day. Well, usually Modern Day is in here somewhere. Where you at? Show up somewhere. Somebody link Modern Day Debates in there. So yours truly sent off an email to the retard and let him know, and then I passed his email along, the retard's email, to Negation of P so they could set it up. I contacted, goddamn, I can't remember, James? Yeah, James from Modern Day Debates, the guy who owns the channel. And I said, hey, you got an all-star here, Ned, who wants to learn our good friend G-Man something about atheist morality. So he said, awesome, cool, I'll make it happen. So here we are. Spoiler alert for this video, retard can't fucking decide, or excuse me, he can't tell what day is which. And so he somehow thought that the debate was on the 18th, I think he'll say, and it's actually today. He don't seem too thrilled that it's today. He don't seem too thrilled at all. Like he got something to do in his fucking life. So, but this is, mind you, this is a conversation. This is the narrative that he's had for a while now, that he doesn't need to prep for any such conversation. He already knows that there is no basis. Mind you, he's been told, folks. It has been explained to him. The problem, and this is going to make sense in a minute. Remember when he and I sat down and had that conversation? Do you remember me mentioning something about Sock Account? You remember when I kind of randomly bring up Sock Account? That's because he was upset. Hard to tell what day it is when you have nothing going on. Yeah, exactly, Froze. He was upset that Sock Account used the names and the labels for the systems of ethics that he was referencing. Because in his mind, there is a synonym for every word, and that his limited P brain can't understand that there's things outside of his very limited lexicon that exist, and that he should probably learn if he wants to have these conversations. The whole fucking concept of jargon is that it's esoteric to the fucking field. Genius Boy here has no capabilities of actually recognizing that. Because to him, if you can't break it down Barney style, then it's not worth learning, or it just doesn't exist. Mind you, folks, he thinks that he's normal. He legitimately believes that he is a normal human being. He thinks that how his mind works is how everyone's mind works, and that all these extra words are fabrications. They're simply contrived by people simply to confuse him. Now, I can't tell you how far up my own ass that I can place my head. I can go pretty far, but my God, that the idea that people create words to preclude folks like him. This is something that's shared by him and Tommy Hall, by the way, because you've heard Tommy Hall actually say this overtly. He's only referenced it. Listen to what he says when people name deontological, or someone mentions virtue ethics, or someone mentions, I always forget the other one. There's actually 4 in normative ethics. I think it's pragmatism, but there's always one more that I always virtue ethics, deontological, and someone will say it in the chat in a minute, and I'll go, oh yeah, that one. They're just names. They're just names. They're just labels that we slap on the concepts. He hasn't even bothered to go and read because, mind you, he can't actually read more than a few sentences at a time. If anyone has taken a glance at the SEP, the Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy, it has lots and lots and lots of words. It has lots and lots of sentences, too, in paragraph form. So, there you go. That's going to be why. He can't learn this stuff in a single YouTube video. So that's why, to him, it doesn't exist. Now, a smart person, a very smart person in this idiot's shoes, consequentialism, thank you, Bobby. A smart person would go to Ned's channel and to find any conversation where he's spoken about morality, ethics, etc. A smart person would do that. A smart person would go, hey, Ned, what system are you basing your position on? You know that I come from a theological position where God rules and his word is law. What is yours? A smart person would do that and then go and research that the best way they can and go not only looking up what is a counter argument that I can throw at somebody, actually understand what it is, and then look at possible weaknesses in said argument and then strengths in your own argument and weaknesses in your own argument. Folks, this is how you actually have a conversation. That's not what this idiot does, because I'm going to make a few predictions here. Now, I've not talked to Ned for about 2-3 weeks, so I'm not going to say I don't know what he's going to do. I do know. He actually told me. I'm not going to say it here because anyone who's ever watched Ned knows exactly what the fuck he's going to do, okay? If you've not watched Ned, I hate to break it to you, you missed out on some really good content. Sorry, but Ned isn't going to fight him tooth and nail on nothing. Nothing. He's going to state his case. He's going to provide you evidence. He's going to give you a syllogism. He's going to give you examples. He's going to, here it comes. He's going to use analogies. Don't do it, Ned. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't you do it. But he is going to lay out his case so even the layman can understand what's going on. Because trust me, a lot of this stuff still, I like every time I mention normative ethics, I always at least forget one of them. Not my topic. I know just enough to somewhat profess what I think is the case. That's about it. I can go back and forth, a little bit of banter. There's a limitation there. I understand that. This idiot has no idea what he's walking into. Because the very second Ned goes into detail about any of these systems, he's going to lose his fucking mind. Because now Ned's trolling. Now Ned's mentioning things. He's mentioning consequentialism because it's a big word and Ned knows that he gets confused with big words. That's why. Yes. And as Nicola says, so we get to watch someone fall on both horns of the dilemma again. That's a reference, folks. For those of you who did not watch Sokka's original conversation about ethics, about morality, when Sokka posed a question to Genius Boy here concerning which horn of the Munchausen, was it the Munchausen trilemma, if I'm not mistaken? I want to say it's Munchausen trilemma. Which horn would he approach? This guy figuratively now, impaled himself on all of them. All of them. I am summarizing the response. This is how, the Euphoria dilemma, excuse me. The Munchausen trilemma was brought up, but the Euthyphro dilemma, I think, may have been in another conversation. Nicola, correct me if I'm wrong on that, but that may have been a different conversation. But I believe Sokka presented the Munchausen trilemma to him. He impaled himself on all 3 horns and then proceeded to wreck the conversation. Now, I will do my best to try and locate sometime later this week that hangout so we can compare, because I think it's worth the while. I might say fuck it and just wait till the summer of G-Man and just make kind of like a compilation, a mashup to show here's where he was introduced to. And by the way, folks, this is not the first time he's ever encountered the Euthyphro dilemma at all. I've actually presented it to him like over a year, 2 years ago, around December-ish, when he was losing his fucking mind. I presented a ham-fisted version of it. And this guy asserted, in not so many words, that this was a trick, or I couldn't remember if he said trick or trap. It was like a trick that atheists created to disprove God. Now, it's not a huge stretch of the imagination to think that this guy has no idea about Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. It's not a huge stretch. But to say some shit like that, you have to really, I mean really try hard to be this stupid. I mean, absolutely hard. So what I want to do is later have a comparison. Here is where the idiot started as far as his assertion with atheists not being able to substantiate substantiate their foundation for morality. And then, okay, here we are, almost a year or two later, here's what you've not learned. And my guess is that he will know less than he knew originally, because his superpower is unlearning information faster than he can learn it. I'm just saying. Yes, and he did say that he was trying to circumvent logic. That's one of the classic quotes. That's one of the classic quotes, that he was going to circumvent logic, and he's right. You do an excellent job of circumventing logic. I can't if I had to give an award, that would be it. Circumventing logic every single time. So let me play a little bit of this. I love his body language. I love the title. Like, he has a trailing ellipsis here for no reason. But this to me, like, when I see the trailing ellipsis from him, it's always like an indication, at least to me, that he's not too pleased about something. He's kind of meh. Yeah, he's not necessarily upset, but he's not too thrilled about what's happening. So, and I mean, just at the end, like, he'll put ellipses between things because he doesn't know how punctuation works. But this is kind of his way of expressing that, since he don't have all the best words. Is someone paying for him? Hell no. He gets attention. This is what he wants, more so than anything. He's a broke ass bitch. Don't get me wrong, but he knows that this here is going to give him attention. Are you saying, yeah? Oh yeah, I'm sorry for my non-English folks. My bad. So circumvent means to go around. So there we go. So let me play this. Where's I got to get used to having 2 monitors up here. I'm having to alt tab. Might actually get this shit to work.
Welcome. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Preaching to the Choir Ministries. And I'm just going to do a quick promo video, letting you guys all know.
Wait, he was begging last night for donations. I missed something. Begging for donations for what? Oh, he's seeing that, not actually working has a disadvantage. Man, that sucks. Huh? Give me a timestamp on that. Hey, Drag. He also defeated the non-true Scot. Yeah, because he's not. Yeah, exactly. He defeated the no true Scotsman fallacy, folks. If you did not say that, did he say welcome? Yes, he did.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Preaching to the Choir Ministries. And I'm just going to do a quick promo video, letting you guys all know that I will be having a debate with Negation of P on modern day debates. Now, I thought this was going to take place on the 18th. Apparently, this is happening today at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you never see me actually, before I even get to that, some of you have never seen me debate in an organized debate before with a moderator. and some of you have. A lot of you have, I'm sorry. If you never see me debate the topic of morality, you're going to see me do it tonight on Modern Day Debates against Negation of P. I think Negation of P is a teacher. I don't really know what he teaches in school, but he's supposed to be a teacher. I've debated him before on the topic of morality. I've debated him, I think, on different topics as well. So, like I said, I'll be on Modern Day Debates today. And you guys will get a kick out of this. In case you don't know who Negation of P is an atheist who I've debated on Debate Talk for You as well as on other people's YouTube channels. I think I've debated him on his channel, or on Hannah Zubby's channel. I forget whose particular channel it was on, but it was on another atheist channel. So morality happens to be one of my favorite topics to debate. I'm pretty darn good at that particular topic. And I'm not just saying that to toot my own horn, but honestly and truthfully, as a Christian, that's all we do is talk about morality. And I know this is going to come down to whether or not morality is subjective or objective, or whether or not God can actually be moral or whatever, but it doesn't really make a difference to me. This is a topic I can have playing a video game, which I might actually do when I debate him. Just to show you guys that I'm not exaggerating when I say things like that.
So if you did not hear him just now, he's not going to take this seriously. He's going to be playing a video game and not actually engage in the conversation with his full attention. Now, if that doesn't tell you, now, here's the thing, folks. In his debate with me, he wasn't playing a video game. He was looking at what he thought was notes, and he looked over his satirical website he thought was legit. He was paying attention. When he does terrible in this debate against Negation of P, he will blame the fact that he was distracted by whatever the hell he's playing. Okay? This is hilarious to me because he's so fucking transparent. He knows he's unprepared. He knows that he had a plan on what he thought he was going to look over for the 18th, but since it's today, now he has an excuse. This is bitch made. If you know, like I knew I had an exam today in organic chemistry. Y'all didn't hear from me very much this weekend, did you? Guess what the fuck I was doing? I was studying. Oh, and going to Dave and Buster's and the movies with Xavier. But, like, really? That's the best idea for him because he has no idea what system of ethics. I guarantee you, if I were to open up a Hangout right now and I were to ask him, what system of ethics does Negation of P subscribe to? He couldn't tell me. I guarantee upon asking that question, he wouldn't even understand the significance of it. Further undergirding the point that he has no fucking idea what he's talking about, nor what he's getting into. This is going to come down to, folks, Negation of P giving, just be prepared. Take some notes. This is going to be a lecture. This is going to be, and yes, he is a teacher. He doesn't teach philosophy. He teaches other things. This is going to be a lesson in humility. This is going to be a lesson for those of you who want to sharpen your iron with somebody who can profess to have a position that deals with morality and then provides you with a step-by-step process as to how they got there, that can discuss the strengths and weaknesses of said position and also discuss the lateral positions to the left and to the right of it. He is going to be discussing this with someone that has less than a 6th grade education, who purportedly graduated high school, which I'm highly contesting because of his inability to form one grammatically correct sentence. He is going to be engaging with someone who has not a clue as to anything even remotely related to the field, who can't even articulate his own position other than a God said something. I guarantee you, he won't even know that his own position is represented in normative ethics. When Negation of P tells him that what he is describing fits under one of the branches of normative ethics, he will reject that. Mark my words right now. I'm making this prediction. When Negation of P tells him, hey, what you're describing, divine command, I think that falls under one of the branches of normative ethics, one of those branches, of the overall system that I just mentioned. What he's going to hear, what the idiot's going to hear, is that you and I have the same position. Not that it is a different tier under the same system. Because again, he doesn't understand how things are branched or networked or connected in any way, shape, or form. That requires a level of thought that he is incapable of. Just like with the analogies, folks. If you ever think about how he describes theism, he doesn't understand that the different belief systems are underneath the branch of theism. He calls people theists. Now, don't get me wrong. He does call people theists because of the God belief. But he won't acknowledge that God belief goes outside of monotheistic gods or to some of the other ones. And I know that seems strange, but if you were to ask him to create a flow chart with something as I don't know, diametrically opposed as belief and non-belief, you're going to see theistic beliefs underneath non-belief. He has no actual concept of that. He can't actually construct these things because he has a limited capacity to understand facts and possess knowledge, mixed with an incredible penchant for cognitive biases. If it don't make sense in the P brain, it don't exist. Doesn't matter how many years of research, doesn't matter what type of evidence you have. If the idiot here don't get it, it ain't nothing. It's nothing. Nothing at all.
Negation of P is a little bit more on the serious side when he debates than the people that you usually see me debate in the atheist community. Normally when I'm debating an atheist, they're trying to trigger you. They're trying to get under your skin. But Negation of P will actually engage you on an intellectual level. So if you're an
okay, so this is his atheist is just trying to troll me thing. This harkens back again to the conversation with Sock Account. Now, if you didn't catch the conversation we had, it was his point that Sokka's goal in the conversation was not to tell him that, hey, here is a foundation for which we as atheists, that we derive morality. Because Sock Account used the labels and used the names that he was unfamiliar with, that was him trying to trigger G-Man. Because we all know that big words trigger him. Yes. That is something he actually believes. In reality, this is something that he holds. He is abjectly fucking stupid. I have to really question the intelligence of the people who surround themselves with this guy. Rather than saying, I don't know what that word is, I don't understand what you just meant, he would rather get upset and then create a conspiracy because he's upset. This is how a child thinks. And I love the big burly grown men who like to stick up for this childish shit. Don't tell me how much of a man you are when you can't call this shit out. Because this is absolutely fucking retarded. Does it take that much to say, hey, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Can you explain that again? Can you run that by me one more time? Can you rephrase that? It takes all of 2 seconds. You see, I just did it. I love it. I love every second. But this is the same. These are the same people who want me to change the way that I think, the way that I live my life. When they can't have a conversation. They can barely form coherent sentences. They can't sit and actually engage in conversation. And then when it comes to a topic that they don't understand, they don't want to have their interlocutor explain what's going on. Of course, some teaching is going to happen. If you don't know someone's position, then you have to actually learn it. Either before, during, or after the conversation. At some point. Because if not, then why are you engaging in the conversation? What his intent is, what his overall thesis is going to be, is that Negation of P, myself and others, have no basis for our morality. We just somehow interact with other moral agents and we make moral decisions and come to moral conclusions just willy-nilly. I'm not really, she hasn't really given a scheme on how that happens, and like no type of actual mechanism. But he's intent on driving home that point again and again and again and again. Because to him, that's the only way you get to his Christian God. Because he knows in his heart of hearts, but mind you, he thinks that he's normal, that everyone else is like him. He is intent on trying to, I mean, it is just dogged desire of his to bring that point home. He wants to normalize his insanity and his low intellect and convince everyone else that you and I are just as dumb as he is. And that's not the case in any way, shape, or form. Some of us make stupid decisions, but most of us can go, you know what? A little bit of introspection is needed. Let me reevaluate. Let me find out where I've erred. How can I do better? That's not something that occurs up here for this guy. If he thinks it, it shall be. He is not actually listening to anything anybody's saying at any given time. He's not going to listen to what Ned's point is. He's not intent on trying to understand Ned's point or any points therein. It is going to be this blithering idiot talking as much as he can, waiting for Ned to finish talking so he can put forth more assertions. He's not going to be able to demonstrate anything. He's not going to be able to work within any syllogisms. He's not going to be able to, much less, talk and look in one direction at the same time. It's going to be a whole shit show. Drag, is he the God and the sole member of his G religion? He is the God of his own religion. But there are others. There are definitely others who subscribe to G-manism. You might know them. So, G-Man's only good decision was not banging Shanny. I don't know, Grand P. Lobster. I don't know if that, you know what? I can't say. Well, I guess that's true. They could have bred. I mean, that's one thing. They could have procreated. So, Odd Talk said it best. The worst thing that ever happened was the marriage between the internet and stupid people. Yeah, that's true. She makes some good points.
Atheist, and you want people to see this debate, feel free to share this video or at least let them know that I will be debating him on modern day debates later today at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's pretty much all I want to say. Again, for the most part, I pretty much understand what Negation of P is going to try to do, and I think he understands what I'm going to do. Although he hasn't debated me in a while, I kind of modified some things, so it's going to be an interesting, very interesting debate. And if you're a Christian, I highly recommend you watch it so you can learn how to. If you've never debated an atheist on the topic of morality, you can actually learn how to meet them point for point and point for counterpoint or whatever. All right, so just check it out on Modern Day Debates. I am not going to embarrass myself. I think I'm going to do just fine.
So here you go, folks. His overall tactic in conversations is point, counterpoint. Now think about this for a second. When Sokka was having a discussion with him, his overall goal is to point, counterpoint. When he hears a point, he is going to offer a counterpoint and meets you tit for tat, blow for blow. But he can't do that if you're speaking about concepts he's unfamiliar with. Now, think about that for a second. Think about that. If, and Negation of P could be a dick and just refer strictly to the names of the concepts and then treat him as an equal as though he knows it and then just roll with it. He can't point, counterpoint shit that he doesn't know about. Think about that for a second. So, you're going to either watch him implode because Negation of P is going to explain he's going to do his best to articulate very nuanced points that's going to go right over his head. He's not going to be able to counterpoint shit that he can barely pronounce. and he's going to say, you know what? Negation of P is trolling me because he can't pull a little stunt and take what someone's saying and straw man it. Most of the time when you hear him engage, oh, no, I already know what he will argue. Awesome, G-Man. Tell me right now, what system of ethics does Negation of P subscribe to? I'll wait. Play some house music while we wait on this answer. Matter of fact, I'm going to text Negation of P right now, just to be sure, and ask him. Nope, see? This is what I'm talking about, folks. This is exactly what I'm talking about. He has no idea. As a person who helped set this up, you might think I might have an idea what's going on. Just a little bit. But this is the thing. Those of us, if you talk to Negation of P, you can figure out which system he works with. You know that he's going to go with normative ethics, as that's gives you the systems themselves. So somewhere within normative ethics, you would think that where his morality somehow resides, in one of those branches, one of the four. So if and let me ask this now that G-Man, because I know he's always watching, but have you looked into normative ethics at all, G-Man? You keep saying I won't be ready. Get your boy. I don't have to get Negation of P ready. He's already good himself. Let's do. I'm actually texting him right now. So, have you looked into normative ethics, G-Man, at all? And for those of you watching later, look in the live chat. It's probably going to lag, but G-Man's asking, you keep saying I won't be ready, get your boy ready. And I'll read out for those who watch this later, because people have complained that they can't see the live chat. I don't know why. You should be able to see it. Open it. Drag, you can't debate, so this is going to be easy. I am definitely more of a discussion having person. You can only debate your equals. All others you teach. Hence my failing in that conversation. I'm going to see if you pick up the nuance in that. But or excuse me, the subtext. But this is what I'm talking about. If you want to have an actual debate with someone, and that's why I kind of cringe at the idea when people call these debates. You have a debate, an actual debate occurs between two people that have comparable education and knowledge. This is watching someone kick a puppy over the Brooklyn Bridge. This isn't a debate. That's why at the beginning of this, I told folks, be prepared. Get your sticky note. Where's my stick? I had sticky note. Get you some sticky notes. Write down what you think where your morality falls into. After the debate, climb inside the drag Discord and put forth what you think, because that's the best thing. Yeah, even wake Ozzy up from a dead sleep, and have him get in here. But it's interesting to have these discussions once you try to work through certain thought experiments like the trolley problem. You know, that's what's interesting in a lot of these conversations. So I don't have to get him ready. If you can't debate, how did you get him ready? I'm not sure why you thought that I helped him in any way, shape, or form. So those of you watching later, G-Man's asking, how did you get him ready? He's also asking, if you can't debate, how do you get him ready? And G-Man's clearly missed the subtext in the last thing that I said. He better hope I don't pre-sup him. So now, those of you watching later, I wish I could have prefaced the last statement that I read off, because now G-Man trying precept in a debate on morality, I need time to think about that, because when I said earlier it's going to be a shit show, I'm going to go sit on the toilet and piss out of my ass from laughing so hard. I'll be playing a game while debating him at the same time. All right. So while he plays NBA hang time, he is going to be debating on a topic he doesn't understand himself. Drag, I didn't say I would. G-Man, pre-sup and morality. I'm going to, in one hand, presuppositional apologetics. On the other hand, morality. Okay? If you're talking to Negation of P about morality, it's pertinent that you actually stay on the topic. I'm just this maybe it's a different idea about what you have when you bring to a conversation, but most of us try to stay on topic. Oh, watch this, folks. This is going to be fun. So G-Man says, I have debated negation of P 4 times. I got experience with him. Evidently, you don't got experience making coherent sentences. So how about this? Y'all want to see something real fun with G-Man? Watch this. G-Man, if negation of P is a coherentist, does precept work against him? I'm curious. G-Man. Do you understand if he's a foundationalist or not? You have to know just a little bit. I mean, have a cursory understanding of philosophy to get why that question is relevant. He has no idea why the question is even relevant. Serious question, Dragna. How does G-Man assess if he wins? Okay, so you have to keep in mind there is no actual standard by which he operates for how he wins. So in the one scenario, you will hear him say that his success is derived from the number of downvotes he'll receive. In another instance, you'll hear him say because he received the congratulatory fellatio from his brothers in Christ, that's why he won. There is no set criteria at any given time, because the second he sets it, he'll not apply it to himself whenever it's convenient. Drag, what happened when I debated you on morality? I could tell you that debate didn't happen because you couldn't understand what the hell I was talking about. There was no debate. There was me speaking to someone who couldn't understand. All right, so. Oh, okay. So that sound that you just heard, folks, was Ned. And, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting, folks. He's going to have, so, okay. Oh, this is going to be fun. So that sound you just heard was negation of P texting me back. And let's just say someone's going to have to pay very close attention to what Ned is saying. Y'all might want to take notes for this. If I will probably be in my advanced cancer biology class, maybe not, we'll see. But y'all going to have to take some notes for this because y'all going to learn something today, or tonight rather. So Drag said he is not a moral agent or a moral person. Yeah, game over. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. Me not considering myself a moral person overall does not mean that I don't have a system by which I gauge moral values to behaviors or actions. Now, think about this for a second, genius. If I have deemed myself an immoral person, wouldn't I need a standard by which to gauge? Just take as much time as you need to think about that. Just sit down, clean your pee-pee, eat your Wheaties. Think about what I just said. If I consider myself not a moral person, how did I come to that conclusion if I didn't have a basis for said morality? I'm just like, it should seem like it's common sense. It's implicit in the claim itself. Again, this is what I'm talking about, folks. That's Ned. Sorry, folks. All right. So G-Man says, we got rules for this debate, Drag. I'm not stupid. And the rules will stop him from speaking in Russian to me. I don't speak Russian. What the fuck? I don't need your views, G-Man. So, wait, so hold on. So the messenger reveals is here. So messenger, you want to talk to G-Man so bad. This is what you got to contend with. Have fun. All right. Hold on, folks. I got a treat for y'all. I got a treat.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, I'm live right now. People can hear you.
Oh, cool.
Hey, so G-Man popped up in the chat, okay? And he is... Oh, yeah, he can hear you now. So he... Oh, my God. I asked him, have you even looked at like Ned's system of ethics? Like, have you looked into normative ethics? Because he's in the chat talking, and he's like, no, I don't have to. In fact, I'm going to be playing a video game while we're debating. I said, oh, well, that's interesting.
Okay. Well, maybe I should play as well. So I might even turn on my camera for that one. I'll put on the big screen. Nah, I don't want to make it into a circus. I like modern day debates too much. I'm not gonna troll them. I'll stay serious.
Yeah, and I said that for folks who want to watch what's going to probably be a shit show, they should probably take notes, because when I sent you the text asking you which system do you subscribe to, I did not read off your answer at all. I didn't read off because I want people to, because they're going to have to pay attention even if I say it, to the specific points, because I've heard you elucidate it, and now I remember why I couldn't remember which one you subscribe to. Hint, hint, folks. But it's I think it's important because he has already stated that his overall goal, or tactic I should say, is point counterpoint. And the last time that he spoke to Sokka Count on this topic, he got upset with Sokka because Sokka used the names of, or I should say the labels of the actual systems, consequentialism, virtue, etc. So I fear that the second you mention like any of the systems, it's going to be a shit show.
To perform well in this debate.
Oh, he's gone live now.
Any debate that I participate in, I make sure that there are certain rules that are going to be followed. I'm not into the trolling or anything like that. This has nothing to do with whether or not we're equals or not, because when it comes to morality, in case you guys don't know my position as a Christian, I don't believe an atheist that an atheist is an equal with a Bible-believing Christian.
Don't get me wrong, I love what Sokka does.
Morals at all. I don't believe that they can really talk to me about what is right and what is wrong.
I mean, honestly, that was
people
very
keep talking
well
about how
done
he's really educated and whatnot.
in that
This is my first
discussion.
time talking to
I
Negation
gotta
of P.
definitely give him praise on that. Because again, if you're going to speak in these terms, even if you forget what the labels are, you need to understand the concepts. And even if you, for lack of a better term, and I don't mean this derogatorily, but even if you dumb it down, it's still, you got to think about it. It's not just, this is not something that is just intuitive, that it's not breathing. I mean, you've got to put a little thought into this. So Sokka demonstrating that some people don't even take the time to go out and, research ethical systems, especially considering there's only, at least in generalities, there's only really 3 of them that you've got to worry about, and from there you can branch off, but at least know the 3 foundations. But anyway, so my main goal tonight is just to demonstrate that I've a couple of arguments that I've been touting for the last couple of years. I think I've brought it to a point where I've brought in a third leg, and I think it demonstrates that trying to base morality on Christianity in particular becomes untenable. I mean, there's just no way to do it. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag too much, but in short, what I've constructed is a 3-legged stool that morality rests upon, and those 3 legs are the foundations that must be there in order for it to stand. If you kick out any one leg, it can't stand. So my job tonight is to kick out one or more of those legs, while being able to demonstrate that my more naturalistic approach, those legs are at least able to exist. They're at least something there that it can be rationally argued for. Whereas I don't think you can rationally argue for the legs that I'm going to attack tonight. So I'll leave it at that, because I want people to come, because I like modern day debates, and they need the viewership. It's that simple.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's why I didn't mind helping to facilitate the setting up of this event. But I think it should be very enlightening. The issues that I see you running in the contact with, of course, is the fact that there's going to be a bit of a language barrier. You can't use any of the jargon, and then when explaining without the jargon, he has a limited amount of, let's say, mental RAM to work with. So, any long and protracted explanations aren't going to even be effective because you can't remember it. So, but if you are somehow able to get to the three legs to which we'll call his system of morality is founded upon, it's going to be a tooth and nail fight, because anybody can say, well, you know what, all Christians will derive their moral doctrine from a Godhead in some way, shape, or form. That's what they all share. I think that he would even fight that, because for him, unless you have ascertained something of that sort that he's already said, he will fight you on it. And I think that's the part where he's very disingenuous in the way that he approaches it, because later he'll probably acknowledge, oh yeah, that's fine, but in the debate he'll deny it just because he thinks that he can counter it that way.
Well, that's why, I mean, hopefully I've diluted it down to the point where the foundational issues that all this rests upon, there is no argument. He can't argue with what I'm going to posit, specifically the attributes that I'm granting to his God, because they are, I would say, demonstrable in multiple ways throughout the Bible. And again, I don't see any Christian fighting back that God is all powerful. God is all knowing. God is all good / whatever. God is timeless. I mean, all of the omni attributes that God, at least as far as the Christian description of God, embodies. That is, interestingly, at least in my point, that is the undoing of how a moral system can be based upon such a deity and its existence. Now, if he wants to back off and say, okay, God is not all powerful, okay, then this argument doesn't pertain. I mean, you take away any of the omnis, maybe not all of them, but they're definitely key omnis that need to be in place. But if he's willing to relinquish that, okay, you're right. Then this argument doesn't work. But as long as that God is foundationally omni, it's going to be very difficult to establish morality.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know from an intuitive sense, it doesn't make a lot of, you don't think, okay, how can that be? You have an all-powerful, all-good being with a plan to bring about the ultimate goodness. How does that erode or, in my opinion, ultimately destroy any moral system? Tune in.
And I think it's a good point to explore. But unfortunately, your interlocutor has already posited that is the only system available. And in fact, he's gone so far as to say that people who don't possess his the exact same moral system that he subscribes to, simply just it doesn't exist. Like there's nothing at all. And I think you're going to end up tripping him up on the fact that when we have normative ethics, you have mainly three branches to operate under. And so the way that I have attempted to approach him in our recent conversation is by mentioning just very briefly the three branches, and then kind of inferring that tacitly asserting that his divine command theory resides in one of those, and I've been told by someone else that it can actually reside in two of those branches, and so I've yet to explore that. But still, even I think getting him on base, getting him to say things like no, Christians don't derive any of their morality from normative ethics, I think would be an ultimate win. I think that would be a definite win. Getting him to make these very, very stark, very solid statements, clearly contradicting what any theologian would say, because afterwards you can juxtapose him making those types of statements with theologians, and then show even somebody like Ken Hovind or what's the other guy, William Lane Craig, something that they would of course agree to. Yeah, this Christian morality would fall under this category, and just to show that he is completely inept when it comes to this topic.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, I would really leave that to you and Sokka, because y'all, number one, are a lot more skilled at driving that point home, let's say. Whereas, honestly, I want to explore this idea and see. And I mean, on one hand, I did it because he approached me, it was 2 or 3 months ago, and I said, yeah, sure, I'll talk to you about morality. And finally, we came to, because of course he won't do it on his channel, and we never could agree. And so he finally agreed that Modern Day Debates is neutral enough that he was satisfied with the conditions. But as much as I think I'm going to enjoy, conversing with him on this, I really want someone that does understand ethics, that can get deeper into it from the Christian side to, step up and maybe pick up where he left off. Just because I honestly, I think this stuff is fun, and I want to see just how strong this argument is. Because honestly, I don't consider myself any, super brilliant individual. So, people throw okay. I'm not that damn smart. I'm not Socrates. So at the same time, I honestly, and it may be forest for the trees type deal, I'm too close to it, but I can't see where it fails. So if someone can lead me there, it'll be interesting. It'll be fun to go down that path.
Yeah, yeah. And I think this warm up debate will definitely put you out there. And so I'll definitely make some videos and try and spread around and we'll probably do a review or something on my channel, and we'll put out some tendrils and see who we can get for that, because I may know someone who can. It's a 9 Eastern EV Storm on Modern Day Debate. Someone please put the link in the chat again. All right, so I will go ahead and leave you to it, sir. I'm probably going to end this. Yep, it's about an hour, so I'm probably end this hangout in a second. And we'll listen to a little bit of Idiot, but please join us in Discord sometime, because we have some excellent conversations in Discord. Me, Sokka, Ozzy, Hogtie, Ali Fox is there. There's quite a few. Barney's been in there. So. Evidently G-Man's panicking in his channel. So, all right, I will talk to you later, Ned. Thank you, though. Thank you for taking the call. Oop, there we go. All right. Yes, I am in a live stream. Yes. Oh, so many messages and notifications. All right, let's listen to the idiocy.
Going to see what I mean. Like I said, I use a combination of what the Bible actually talks about, and I use the presuppositional argument. I do challenge people on how they come to their conclusions, and I'm perfectly aware of his what is this mess called he uses. I am perfectly aware of his arguments that he used with this. What is this? The Human Better Life Index. Humans doing better. How does it promote good for all of humanity and whatnot? This is not my first time hearing this stuff. All right. I've had these debates with Alex Barton. I've had this debate with Matt Dillahunty, for crying out loud. What makes you think I'm not going to be able to deal with him?
Did y'all hear Ned mention anything about any human index, anything?
I've been on there with Jacqueline Glenn, Colt the Dusty, and a whole heap of other people that are a lot more dangerous than the Negation of P is. And I think I've done just fine.
This is damage control, folks.
Just because somebody doesn't call in and say, G-Man, you won, doesn't mean I performed poorly or nothing like that. It just means that there were a heck of a lot more people on his side who actually decided to call in than the people on my side. So, and I think YouTubers already know that. But Negation of P, that's my advice for you, man. If you want somebody to learn something in this, I would recommend you don't come in here, doing what Dreitner is telling you to do. And that's to use words that supposedly I don't understand on purpose. Because I'm going to save you a lot of time and a lot of energy, Negation of P. You're going to hear, I don't know, because you define it. And I will waste every last second of your Q&A time with me saying, I don't know, what do you mean? I don't know, what do you mean? I have no problem with that. I'll make sure that even a child understands. And you know what the funny thing is? I went to school to be an educator. I went to school originally to be a teacher for people who have special needs and whatnot. Okay? I didn't finish, but I went to school specifically for that. So I do understand that they teach you in school to communicate in such a way that even kids understand what it is that you're saying. If you take this guy's advice, I'm going to beat you before the thing even gets in the middle of the debate. I'm just letting you know that right now. Dragnut is a great entertainer for atheists. He's a horrible entertainer when it comes to us Christians, but he's a great entertainer when it comes to talking to atheists. He is horrible at actually dealing with one of us in real time and reaching the opinions of Christians around the world. The Christians that may actually be watching the conversation.
I have a man crush on you, Bruce.
Real fast, really fast. My people that watch this YouTube channel is fully aware of the propaganda. We're fully aware of the games and the tricks and what I left in the last comment, a word that's probably not really a word, that's trickery or whatever. You know, we're aware of that. We are aware of that. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to be talking to Christians, and I'm going to be talking to the atheists that's about to change their mind to become a theist. That's the person I want watching this. And you can pay as many people as you want to come into your after show hangouts saying, you know, I was really thinking about becoming a theist, but after listening to you, Negation of P, I'm always going to be an atheist. We're aware and prepared for that kind of stuff to happen. Okay, so please have your fun on your channel. Entertain your atheist friends. But the truth and the reality of the matter, when you cut your computer off, is that you're going to lose some people tonight. It's like, you know that. You're going to lose some people tonight. I didn't say it wasn't a Christian channel. For what I understand, the moderator is a Christian. I read the about section of their YouTube channel, and one of them said that they're a Christian.
Yes,
somebody keep
the
telling me
owner
to
of
bring
Modern
my
Database
A-game.
is a Christian.
Let me see if I can find this debate between me and Negation of P, because y'all lazy. Y'all need to, some of you are lazy that are watching this. And I told you I've already debated the guy 4 times. I can probably tell you what his opening statement's going to be.
Okay, so just so y'all know, I have well over 1,000 videos on my channel. Yeah, not everyone has all fucking day to look through a goddamn channel for some shit that you can easily provide.
I debated him. I mean, you can look at it right there on Debate Talk for You, G-Man versus Negation of P. Full debate. I believe the debate was on whether or not God existed. No, it was the answer prayer argument he was arguing against on
Didn't even know what the debate was about. Look, see?
So you guys can look that up if you want. But every time I hear an atheist actually talk about the discussion I have with the discussion I've had with Negation of P in the past, atheists are going to support atheists. Like Evidence for You made a video, and evidence here. At the G-Men to please.
I find it interesting that he says that atheists are always going to support atheists. A lot of us gave Raging Atheist, Nakasuchi, a lot of shit when he first engaged with Matt Powell. And to which he said, yeah, I did pretty bad on that. That's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. I personally went on Raging's channel when I first met him and said, hey, I think you got a lot to work on, my man. Like, that is bullshit that we don't give each other constructive criticism. Even when I went and I had my abortion discussion against Antonio, I got a lot of feedback, especially from stock accounts. So when he says shit like this, I love it because he's lying. Clearly fucking lying. Just because he doesn't see it doesn't mean it doesn't happen, but I'm sure he has seen it. He watches my channel. I'm always open to receiving constructive criticism. So with that being said, G-Man, you can go somewhere with that bullshit, my man.
Or it's a waste of time. Y'all hate truth, don't y'all? You atheists, y'all hate truth. I got news for you. I love it. Because if Negation of P can change my mind, I just have a different way of thinking. But if Negation of P goal is to come in there and he wants to come in here, using what do you call it? 50-letter words and using 100-letter words to try to prove his point. I'll do it after show and I'll invite all these Christians in there. I'll be like, okay, can I get somebody with a PhD in here? Can I get somebody with a bachelor's? Can somebody tell me what he just said?
None
I'm
of his
supposed to
friends
respond to him.
can actually,
Can somebody tell-
like, that's the funny thing. Do you think Antonio knows any of this stuff? Do you think Veckel, do you think Twan knows any of this stuff? None of them. Just listen to them discuss morality. They have no idea about normative ethics. None of them. The people who are theists that would agree with him don't fuck with him because he's so fucking stupid, because the people he surrounds himself with are so uneducated. Just saying.
He's also going to have to change his mind today, because I'm bringing up previous debates and things he said in the past. I'm pretty good at that. You know, I'm not going to bring no drama into it, but I'm certainly going to remind him what he's already said to me in the past. Y'all can take those Lucky Charms and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer games and go play somebody else with that, but not with me. I am not coming with the same stuff I always debate. And if it does sound like I'm going to do it, you better believe I'm throwing a monkey wrench in it. I'm not going to lose no debate to no atheist. That ain't going to happen. As a matter of fact, he's really lucky. This is not a debate on whether or not he's an atheist or not. Well, this won't be one of the fastest debates he's ever had in his life. We know that Dragnaut can't define what an atheist is and actually prove that he doesn't believe in any gods at the same time. He can't do it. But he can give me his assertions and his claims, that's for sure. But when it comes to morality, guys, when we're talking about right and wrong, when we start saying that good and evil, and we're talking about Christianity versus secularism, where there is no absolute moral authority, and he seriously thinks he's going to walk in here. Somebody said he's going to pull down my pants. Somebody said he's going to smack me around. Some people said he's going to destroy me. And you don't have an absolute moral compass?
We're going to need a hashtag for this, folks. How many of y'all?
And if you're going to take it on the college level.
I'm going to go ahead and let's see this. It's about almost 100 y'all watching. All right, folks, in the chat, thumbs up if you're going to be watching this debate tonight, this derbate. How many of y'all intend on watching it live?
So Negation of P is about 2:46 right now. Eastern Standard Time, sir. You're probably at work. Everybody keep telling me how intelligent you are. And once again, this is another mistake the atheists do. And I would like to compare that to something I see in the NBA. When we talk about what the atheists are doing, they keep putting these debaters on these high pedestals, and they keep making me sound like I'm an idiot. They put themselves way up here, meaning this person that's up here, the higher the person is the more pressure on that person. The person that's down here really is expecting to lose. The person that's all the way down there, you know, you're going to get your butt whipped because your arms are too short to fight God. That's how stupid Dragnet is. He's making Negation of P so high up there and making me so low that if this man stutters one time, I made him bleed. And he's going to do that multiple times. And I don't mean stutter in no literal sense. Again, this is not my first time debating Negation of P. Negation of P got mad at me when I asked him, could he be wrong about everything? I'm not even going to do that. And if I do it, I'm going to be 100% dead serious. I'm going to make the moderator make him answer the question too.
I think we'll do a review.
So he better not come in.
We'll have somebody do some timestamps, and we'll do a review of it.
Coming in with that not. I actually told him in the email that he's not to bring up any past drama or anything like that. Because if he does, actually, I'm going to tell them before the debate starts, like, you know, that he has to answer questions. Because like I said, if he asks me a question, I don't know the answer, I'll tell him. Like I said, this is like this is going to be the 5th time I debated Negation of P. Not to mention, you got to count all of the Google Hangouts that I've been involved in. If you go look at G-Man versus the world, this just goes to show how a lot of people in this community
for this debate
just eats everything that Dragnet is talking about. Go look at the G-Man versus the world. True empiricism, G-Man, Veckel, so many other people have just destroyed this guy, so I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about Negation of P. I swear, I've never been in a room with this guy before. Y'all in for a little bit of a surprise. Let me see something here. Now, I'm not saying that Negation of P doesn't make points. I'm not stupid. See, I'm not stupid to put myself all the way up here and bring him all the way down here.
Actually, I think I like that. Look at that. Negation of G. I like that. Negation of G. All right, folks. All right. When Ned is fucking whipping that ass, I want folks hashtag negation of G. G-Man, you will be negated. You will be donezo. That will be it. Fucking finished. We need to make that. Negation of G, folks. Hashtag that shit. I want to see that shit in the chat.
Many of his peers say, I believe that Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player to ever play the game. But we have somebody in the modern day today who believes that he's the GOAT and told himself that he's the GOAT. And that would be LeBron James. LeBron James believes he's the GOAT because he says he's the GOAT, that he's the greatest of all time. He passed Michael Jordan, and you know what they said to him in LA? Where do you want Kobe? That's when reality starts to hit you. You can tell yourself you're great till you're blue in the face. But what you need to hear is from people that you annihilated in your career to come back and tell you that you did good. Michael Jordan's got Patrick Ewing. Well, I believe that Michael Jordan is a GOAT. You got former Knicks, former Pacers, former Cavalier players, former people all over the NBA, including the Los Angeles Lakers, all saying that Michael Jordan is the greatest to ever play this game. People that he's annihilated on the court. You understand what I'm saying? There's a difference between you telling yourself you're the best versus everybody else telling you you're the best. And that's how I look at atheists. Atheists love to, I did good. Whatever. More power to you. More power to you. Now, I wonder what the real audience has to say. The people that really was paying attention to the debate. Ignore that one. This person right here. No, G-Man, I thought you brought up some valid points, but I don't understand something that you said. You know what I mean? Those are the ones I'm going to be looking for. I'm not going to listen to the people that's already said he's won, and I haven't said the, and he hasn't said the either. Remember, all of you thought Dragnut was going to go into the evolution debate, and he was going to just take my face off, like he was going to rip the skin off my face. The way you guys was talking, y'all was acting like Dragnut was going to take me to the back and spank me and beat and just annihilate me.
I had no idea. I wasn't prepared.
Doc Savage and some other people. I was sitting there and I'm like, I didn't need that much help. I actually just did a little bit of studying. I did a little bit of reading. You know what I mean? And I already know my arguments.
In reality, it was one person that gave me much of the material.
And by the way, before you start saying that I said he lost and not you guys, if you go back and read the earlier comments of that debate, the earliest comments in the debate, then go look at what was said in these Google Hangouts. Nobody is saying, "Hey, man, you did a great job, dude." A lot of you are frustrated. That's why nobody else will debate me on the topic of evolution. Because if I got crushed the way you guys claim I did, what would happen is that everybody will be lining up saying, "Gee, man, I want to debate you," and everybody will want to debate me until I change my mind.
Yeah, that's how he measures his success, about the number of debaters.
Frank, I'll be debating him at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a YouTube channel called Modern Day Debate. Make that one word and you'll be able to find it on a YouTube search engine. Type in Modern Day Debates and type in one word, and then you'll be able to find it in the YouTube search engine.
Somebody shook. He's over there reading chats. He ain't too happy.
Divine Suicide says, my debating style was answer question with a question. Well, actually, Matt Dillahunty seems to be the best with that. You know, there's a lot of people in the atheist community who does
he
that.
Didn't like that shit. He's reading. So how
about we be a little intellectually honest? Divine Suicide. I'm sorry, Divine Genocide. My bad. I wasn't looking at that. Avoid actual topic by bringing up old nonsense. I don't do that. I don't do
that.
Talk about the actual topic at hand, because he's going to bring up the Bible, and so am I. And I actually know what my Bible says because I've actually read it. Acts like a child. Yeah, and so do you guys too. So what's your point?
He knows act like a child.
You do know I could turn that finger back on you, right? And what's this?
Yeah, I know what you ever. What about
on a chessboard, walk away claiming victory. when I played, what's his name? Multiple personalities in chess. The first game, he beat me. The second game never finished. The third time I played him, when he went home and I went home and we went on the internet, I beat him. What's your point?
MP let him win, folks. Don't tell him that, though.
I debate atheists all the time, and you guys walk away thinking you won. When in reality, all these Christians and theists are laughing at you, saying that you were intellectually dishonest during the debate. You didn't win one theist that entire.
Yeah, don't tell him, but like when he got beat real bad, the one that y'all saw in the video, if you didn't see that, by the way, you need to see. It's fucking hilarious how bad MP writes down how he's going to beat G-Man, and everything comes to pass. Okay, the second one was during the TST that they never finished. When he went home, MP felt bad for him because he got beat so bad that he let him win and let him think that he won. But don't tell him that.
By using words that I don't understand. You see, if you start using words I don't understand during the debate, I'm gonna be like, moderator, I think I should leave. The moderator's gonna be like, why? Because I don't speak French. If he can't explain this in the way that I understand this, I don't see the point of being here.
Already giving up. Look at that. Man, he's so confident, though.
And you think it's going to make me look bad in front of Christians, right? You guys don't know jack squat diddly about the church. Y'all don't know nothing about us.
Don't know nothing.
Nothing.
So don't use the
Does
names
G-Man
of
know
things.
that wearing clothes with sport emblems in them is a form of idolatry? Wow, Frank. This is the New York symbol for the Giants. How is that idolatry? I'm not worshiping it. It's not a graven image or anything like that. How is that idolatry, Frank?
Boy, what y'all putting in them
Frank,
chats
how is that
upsetting
idolatry,
him.
Frank? Come on, you can tell me. Idolatry is when you when you create these graven images and you serve them and you worship them. Explain to me how I'm doing that by wearing a Giants hat. I have a Christian hat I can put on right now, but I'm going to wear that for my debate. Let me get my lighting; it'll be a little bit better too. Then. No, this is not a graven image. This is a New York symbol, and I am a Giants fan.
Test.
Fuck. Let me test. G-Man is the most insecure man of all time.
Tasting, nom nom nom. Tasting, nom nom nom.
Let you motherfuckers in here, y'all get quiet. Yeah.
Well, it's just he makes a better argument than I ever could for how immature and it's like, what? How can I shut down my best, which is his mouth? Like, God, he is so.
I couldn't stop listening. The ignorance is confounding. I love it. I hate it, and I love it. It baffles me.
Just say corn fat.
Is this his pre meta talk for the debate he's gonna have with NP? Not NP. Negation.
This is like the pep talk he gives himself before he visits the Black Hebrew Israelites. It's like, don't spit in their mouths, don't kiss them on the cheek.
Yeah, don't grab their stomachs and just stroke them.
I'm sorry, real quick. I'm really hoping someone can make a highlights reel because I can't stand to watch the whole thing. A whole discussion with G-Man is painful. Anybody holding the discussion with G-Man is just horrible.
That's actually a good point. If you are watching it, and if someone's watching it later, definitely make timestamps around the highlights so we can kind of go through them, because I intend on actually like doing my regular review, but just using timestamps. So I don't know if Lusty or somebody else with no life wants to do that.
Just like a side note, I really don't know why he thinks talking to the Black Hebrew Israelites make him a tough guy. I mean, I'm not a tough guy. Fully admit that shit. I mocked these dudes to their faces. They didn't do jack shit. All they did was like give me the evil eye, and then that's it. Like,
Wolf, you got to understand that unlike me, those guys don't own guns.
They don't what?
It's a joke. I don't own a gun either. He made that up.
Okay.
I don't know why he's more afraid.
You own a revolver. Everybody knows that. And probably a Ruger. I'm not sure about it, but
Can I just say, G-Man's becoming a little bit lackluster. This Anton dude is really casting a shadow. I prefer the to the. That's just me. Maybe other people prefer, different styles.
Antoine, if you're not.
I tried listening to more of Twan. He's actually uploaded quite a few videos like today, and he is boring as shit. Like I have a hard time actually listening to him.
Has anyone yet showed him men's on films?
I'm pretty sure he's seen it.
Really? And he still wants to be called that? All right.
He's gonna make it manly. He's gonna take it back.
Look, I mean, some dudes are named Marion. If I was named Marion and like my given name was Marion, I might try to adopt a nickname. Something more manly like Alice or Susan. But that I wouldn't go around with hi, I'm Marion. And it's the same thing with this. Like, I don't think that Twan.
Oh my! Who the fuck is Italian barrel sales rep in his chat? Who the fuck is
I
that?
don't know. I just checked. It's not me.
Fabio, you fucked up. That should be
No,
you.
I'm really pissed. I never thought about it. It's not me. Yeah.
You totally
like, that has to be Fabio.
Fuck me. I mean, I'm really pissed about it.
If it's
Well,
not
the thing I love
someone obviously claiming to be you, and that's fucking hilarious.
Drag. The thing I love about his posturing is he goes, I've debated negation of P 4 times. Well, how many times did you see the name Phthalo Blue and say Fatima, right? Does he really believe that exposure somehow is this magic bullet for him?
Yes. If you caught him earlier, he actually says that he knows that he did well in our debate because the exposure from him losing so bad, supposedly, would have garnered him tons and tons of debate challenges. I'm not sure what type of metric that is for success, but he contrived the fuck out of that one.
G-Man couldn't win a debate if he was talking to himself while looking in the mirror. Damn.
Well, also, like, did you guys hear that he said that he was training to be a special education teacher? I think what he means is that he was in the special education class.
Yeah, he's studying to be a special education student. He's getting the leg braces and everything.
My mama said...
You laughed at a leg brace joke, Sam. I just want to point that out.
It's a Forrest Gump joke. What the fuck is wrong with you? That was a good movie.
I made the joke. It was definitely a leg braces joke.
No, it was definitely a Forrest Gump joke.
Wait,
like, did I just laugh
polio
at
kids that hobble around? Thank God polio's making a comeback. I was missing that, but we got the anti-vaxxers strong. So we got things like polio and measles coming back. So thank God for that. I've been missing kids with leg braces.
Wait, so you made a leg braces joke, and it wasn't Forrest Gump when we were talking about special education?
Yeah, no, I was making fun of retards and cripples. That's what you were laughing at.
Well, I was laughing at the retard.
Retards and cripples can be funny too.
He wasn't a cripple. He played for Alabama.
And wasn't he more like an idiot savant? I mean, is that really a retard?
It's a type of retard.
Okay.
So somebody got his ass triggered. Hold on. Oh God, what is it? It's not right for you to share your drag fantasies on live stream, right? You wonder why people call you gay. What the fuck?
wait, play the stream because I want to hear what the drag fan is.
Wait a minute. Screenshot that.
Hold on, let me. Don't you do this, music bot.
Where's that timestamp?
It's still playing. Well, it's still live. Hold on, folks. Music bot doesn't want to cooperate. This fucking thing, I swear to God.
Yeah, sometimes Fred Boat is an idiot. I've noticed that.
Well, it reflects the intelligence of the people trying.
See, that's why I'm mess with that nigga technology, man.
You know, Sam, you do have a point. I have been attempting to put some pretty ridiculous shit in there. So yeah.
Can somebody?
Maybe that's why it won't play now. Maybe it just doesn't want to spit out G-tard bullshit. It's like, no, I've had enough of that crap.
It definitely does not want to. Okay, here we go.
And then let's compare and contrast that with our Bibles, and let's see whether or not what he's saying is going to make any sense. All right, so it's going to be fun. He says atheist includes lack of belief too, Frank. Yeah, you do. You lack a belief in the Christian God. You don't lack a belief in all gods, so you're not an atheist. That's what I'm trying to get a lot of these people to understand. They'll sit there and say that atheists lack a belief in the Christian God, therefore no God exists. I want y'all to think about that a minute now. I mean, you think Christians are disrespectful when we say that there's only one way to God, and that's through Jesus Christ. What about atheists that say that there's only one God, and it's the Christian God? Because they don't acknowledge the other ones. They don't talk about them and give reasons why they're not real. Again, I've never heard an atheist argue why pagan gods don't exist. And every time I see them in a room with a pagan, these pagans stomps a mud hole in them because they don't know nothing about it. And the New Agers get them too. So do Satanists.
I can answer that.
No, you don't. No, you won't, and you don't.
Okay,
Just leave it there. Just leave it there.
Right.
I mean, the silence was staggering.
Divine
It's okay.
Suicide said that my logic is mind-boggling. So, whatever you say, Divine Suicide, whenever you want to come into a room with me and prove that, let me know. You know, Frank, starting to believe something about you. Now I definitely want to see your YouTube channel. I got a funny feeling that you would be a sock account. Let me see something here. Is Vecco or somebody watching this? Let's see something here. Leader for Christ, Vecco, anybody here watching this? Is everybody at work? Frank, I'm going to have to take you at your word for right now.
I was waiting for that.
I'm looking at the history of your comments that you're leaving on this channel, and I got a funny feeling I think you're an atheist pretending to be a theist.
Well, my boyfriend
Frank, what is your theological disposition, Frank?
He's probably watching this one and not.
What is it that you believe or don't believe?
Someone needs to draw a Veckel-like cartoon of Veckel shirtless and G-Man just suckling at his teeth.
No, I'm not being paranoid. You guys noticed earlier in this Google Hangout, I said that I believe that a person wins the debate when you can change your mind of a theist. So I want to ask Frank a question. Frank, what is your theological disposition, Frank? I just want to know. I'm not going to attack you or nothing like that. What is your theological disposition? Like, what do you believe?
Well, disposition?
When did you see position?
Yeah, Sabella. I knew it. Sorry, Sabella. I don't believe a word that comes out of your mouth, Sabella. G-Man, I am undecided about being a Christian. I find some of the things about Christianity appealing.
I wonder
All
how
right.
many times.
Let me see something here.
Position had to be said in a room. before he
Rakah
caught
or
on.
Araya. ISUPK is the home of the truth. Rakah, no, it isn't. ISUPK is the home of the cowards. Get lost, man. The ISUPK is the home of the cowards. I'm still waiting for one of those guys to actually come on my YouTube channel. At least Sakari showed up on Sister Cherry's channel. All right? The Hebrew Israelites and their doctrine is ridiculously wrong. All right? Sabella, I don't believe a word that's coming out of your mouth, Sabella. All you've been doing over the last year or so, Sabella, is lying to people. So I'm sorry, Sabella. I'm not listening to nothing you got to say. If Vecco or one of those guys show
Sabella,
up
you're
and I
going
can
to
confirm
jail.
it's them and they say it, I will believe them. But for now, I don't really got nothing else to say about that situation. Told you I was not going to attack them.
Gotta stop using icons of fairy, Sabella. It gives it away.
That's ISUPK, home of the truth.
What is he gonna be arguing with Negation
Who are you, sir?
about?
Let me see something. Do you have
Talking to people can't hear me. Yeah, he keeps going from divine suicide to divine genocide. I guess he can't read which one it is. Oh, he's talking about random ISUPK elemental P bullshit. So, anyway, thanks for joining, folks. And I forgot. Oh, almost forgot. Did y'all know I was a combat medic in the Army? Did y'all know that?
Hey, Drag, isn't there
No shit, really?
Yeah.
isn't there something special about this week? Isn't there something going on your channel this week?
That's right. If y'all did not hear, this week, folks, this week only, and next week and the week after, it's Pledge Week. It is always Pledge Week, folks. What are you pledging to? I have no fucking idea. I'll put something on Patreon or something. Probably me in the lab doing organic chemistry stuff that I don't want to do. But it's Pledge Week. There you go. So feel free to send all your pennies so I can get a.
Wait, no, I don't trust this, Drag. You're doing this without Ron.
You know what? In honor of Ronnie, send Popeyes. Send money for Popeyes. Hit that Cash App. Send $20 for the shrimp tackle
and
box.
A wig for Mrs. D. And a beautiful, glorious, lustrous wig.
A beautiful wig.
Also, go get some waffles too. Get some chicken and waffles.
Actually, I think we might do that tonight. Yeah, I think because tonight's my long night, and I'm about to go walk back to campus. I think me and the missus will go to Waffle House when I get out at fucking 10 p.m. So, yes, Javier, yes. I was a combat medic in the Army. There we go. Yeah, napkins and plastic forks on you. Thank you. I appreciate everything. I actually do, but yeah. Pledge Week all the time. So, on that note, folks, tonight, Crow's Many Clouds has posted it yet again. The link, go watch. And of course, I fucking click on it. God damn it, now my chat's fucked up. Fuck! Alright, bye.